the 2 that survive, you will join the other 4 for my final task for you, and we will make history together.
It appears that we are serving the deceiver without even knowing it.
Remember, Tharamgul is the hero here. Read between the lines, peoples.
In chaos, there is freedom.
I challenge you to honor your word.
I hope you die. Whoa.
Not good.
Nope, not good, my son.
Papa?
Consciousness returns to you all. And as you become familiar with the contestant circle and your environment within the Fate's Hand Tavern once again, it's not hard to determine who is left, and therefore who you will all be competing against in this last episode of round 4. Only 5 of you now remain within the contestant circle, with 4 survivors waiting in some antechamber that you can't see. You can feel the presence now of those that remain. You've watched each of their stories with great interest and emotion in some cases. This is going to be a tough battle. And as that realization sets in, you hear the footfalls of Tharamgul and Dregs. Out of your periphery, their forms, although in the shadows, are now the most familiar thing to you as you've spent over a month in this forsaken place. Tharamgul steps over the threshold between shadow and into the contestant circle, absolutely beaming. Oh, my friends, it is a glorious day. Look at all of you. Just give me a moment to capture this in my memory, for I know that this is going to be an episode to be remembered. And my heart, it's already aching with the loss that I will have to endure with 3 of you perishing on this day. But I'll be okay, don't worry. You will live on in my heart, and I will do what I must do. But this isn't about me, although most things are. This is about you. This is your moment to prove yourselves to me. The position of commander of my armies is still open. And I know at least one of you that is doing their part to earn it. They have earned my respect. The rest of you remains to be seen. But just to be clear, for all of you here, I am doing my part according to the agreement we have all made. So don't come bitching to me when your top pick gets eliminated, okay? Alright, Dregs, before you read off the list of names here, the last 2 groups have been somewhat cooperative. They've done my bidding. They have destroyed the thorns in my side. Those that have acted against me during my dark times are now gone. And I expect that you will do the same. And as for the little matter of retaining my artifacts, well, let's just call that a bit of a loan, shall we? But make no mistake, when I need those, I will rip them from your puny little hands. Yeah, that's a good way to finish my little monologue. Dregs, do your thing. And let's meet our contestants for Round 4, Episode 3, shall we? At this moment, Dregs appears beside Tharamgul, looking up at all of you, seemingly with a very focused intent, as behind his ghoulish metal mask, you notice that he takes a moment to look at each of you intently before pulling the scroll from within his cloak as he unfurls it. And at this point, as Dregs will call out your names, I invite you to please introduce yourselves, although at this point none of you really need any introduction, but I do still want you to let everyone know who you are, and please describe your character, and you have 30 seconds to a minute to say anything that you want in character to Tharamgul, or to the Eyes of Truth, or to one another. Alright, Dregs, who is first on your list here of these 5? Can I call them all-stars at this point? I think we can. You know what? I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy this. This is going to be one of the most exciting moments in my life, I feel. Okay, I'm done. Death Trap. And we invite Pat. We welcome Pat back to the show. Pat, you clearly a steadfast supporter, totally decked out in Crucible gear, coming to the game in May. Very exciting and active participant, not only in the show, but in the Discord. So glad to have you back, Pat.
Thanks. Pat from living in Rochester, New York, been in New York for the last, 20 years or so. Long time D&D, since 1980s, actually the 70s originally, but anyway, into it. When Death Trap comes down, he looks up at the other stasis pods coming down and gives a knightly salute, obviously to Sir Dalon, who he's been calling out a few times. Then he turns back around to Tharamgul. There seems to be questions as to where my loyalties lie, what team I'm on. And he pulls out a holy symbol of the Great Deceiver, and he holds it up towards Tharamgul. He then walks to the forge and picks up that infamous tea brand, and he takes both of them and tosses them completely into the fire. Turns back to Tharamgul, says, "Should we call you the Great Liar? Before these Eyes of Truth, you stated that you would grant an extra level to any who bring the head of the demon back that Stack freed. Now you're adding the condition of returning artifacts to you, but that was not your original promise. I challenge you to honor your word, and I have some unfinished business with that demon bastard carried over from a former life. Afterwards, I don't seek vengeance, but I certainly want the opportunity for the glory of ending your sorry ass."
Well, that does seem quite clear, Death Trap, and my heart did just sink a little bit. You got me. You deceived me. Doesn't happen very often, but when you were bringing out my holy symbol, you gave me hope. But let's not squabble over the small print of our little agreement here. It was crafted by people far superior to you. Rules are rules. I can't break them now in this final part of our semifinals. And obviously with your change of heart, the amount of fucks that I have remaining for you to give are 0. So, with that, I hope you die. All right, Dregs, who's next on our list? General Blood. Excellent. Finally, someone I can count on. And at this point, we welcome James back to the show, the illustrious General Blood, who has brought richness and depth to our game here that I will be eternally grateful for. Welcome back to the show, James. If you could please reintroduce yourself and the General.
Greetings, one and all. James is my names. D&D is my games. I've been playing as well since the late 70s, with a bit of a break in between. I'm from the lovely Adelaide Hills, and General Blood is a half-orc, a little bit shorter than normal, with a bit of a hunchback, a peg leg, lost at one stage, and one blind eye and a couple of scars. You see him sporting Matthew's crow's hat. He has cleaned a lot of the blood off, as you can tell. Anyway, Blood drops out of the stasis chamber. Thud. First thing he does is goes over to the forge, grabs a pair of pincers, and pulls his tea brand back out of the fire and puts it nice and neatly back in its heated position for anyone to use. Then he walks back. He stares around at the gathered contestants in the eyes of truth. You all heard my midnight speech the other day. Remember, Tharamgul is the hero here. Read between the lines, peoples. Let's get that demon today and return our host's stolen artifacts. Do the right thing. And then he steps back and prepares to start the game.
Well said, General. Well said. I appreciated your midnight speech, and I appreciate your continued loyalty. I will do everything I can, under the rules of the contract, of course, to assist you in any way possible. Loyalty should be rewarded.
Well, rules is rules. I'm here to win properly.
I respect that, General. Good luck to you. As he turns back to Dregs looks up at our Tabaxi contestant. We welcome Jordan back, who is once again playing Mazan. Jordan, like I've said all along, first episode was a little quiet, but you did what you needed to do, and then every episode since, you brought a little more to the game and just demonstrated how deadly and capable Mazan is. And once again, very appreciative of that and your continued support. So welcome back to the Crucible. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Hey, everyone. I'm Jordan. I'm from Kentucky. I play Mazan Tabaxi. For Mazan, as he descends from stasis and looks around, he smiles, looks at Tharamgul and says, I hope you wanted some fireworks today because these people are a powder keg.
Indeed I do. I want you to make this as exciting as possible, Mazan. Are you, is there anything that you wish to share with the group? Anything you want to say? Or are you holding those proverbial cards close to your furry little chest?
Everyone talks about card games. Someone's going to have to show me how to play this game. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go sit down now. So he just goes to the one of the free tables in the tavern with his back to the wall, kicks his feet up on the table, brings out his flute, and just starts spinning it and watching everyone.
Well, welcome back to you, Jordan, and looking forward to seeing what Mazan has in store for us. Two more left. And what do we have here? All right, Dregs. You know, I don't even want these names to be said, because I feel like it just makes everything so real. This is coming to an end, and now these two, I feel like I've just grown so fond of them and them of me, and we've been growing, bonding every episode just with the mutual respect and love for one another. Okay, I'm ready. Dregs just kind of looks at Thurmghoul blankly for a moment, as if to say, with his eyes that you cannot see, what the fuck are you talking about? As we welcome Deirdre back to the show, and her character Shay Falconsong, who I can honestly say, and everyone can probably attest to, has had one of the more emotional runs here. A lot of loss, a lot of sacrifice, and I'm sure it's not over. So thank you, Deirdre, for your support as well. Can't wait to see what Shay brings to the table. So if you could please reintroduce yourself and Miss Falconsong.
Thank you. I am Deirdre. I am from Queens, New York, and I am suffering from extreme imposter syndrome. Playing with these awesome guys, I'm super excited to get it going. So the scent of autumn enters before she does, not the cloying sweetness of ripened pumpkins or pumpkin spice lattes, in which Tridex smells like, and that's canon, by the way. But the dampness of a forest floor, rich with fallen leaves and the quiet decay of another season passing. A chill clings to her presence, though not from the air. Shay Falconsong steps forward. The dull brown and gray of her hair blend with the hues of withering trees. A palette drained of warmth, yet still seeped in the raw beauty of summer's death. But her eyes, warm caramel, deep and rich, are the only thing that remain untouched by the cold. They smolder, not with fire, but with something slower, heavier. The last time she stood before the eyes of truth, she had been grieving, broken by something that had stolen the light from her voice and the certainty from her step. Now, that grief is something else. Cold anger pulses from her, an unspoken thing coiled beneath her skin. It does not lash out, does not seethe with open fire, but simmers in the depths of her silence, in the sharpness of her gaze. It is unclear where that anger is meant to land, only that it has weight, and it lingers. She does not speak. She does not need to. The Crucible has gained a specter of autumn, and with her, the promise of something yet to fall.
Something lingering there and behind your eyes, Shay. You're making me fidget a bit. Let's focus that, shall we? That energy that is there, that deep, powerful river being held back by a dam of discipline. It's time to break that. Let it out. Let that anger fuel your actions. Destroy those in your way, Shay. Stand by my side. Please. All right, one left to go, Dregs. You see Dregs look up where one remaining contestant is held aloft by magical restraints. And you see him hold his gaze for a moment before looking down at the parchment within his hands. Sir Daelon Dawnblaze, or should I say Zenthiel. At this point, I'd like to welcome Cole back to the show, who has certainly brought excitement and been a force to reckon with in every appearance, leading the way in the charge against Therangul. And thanks, Cole, for all of your support and everything that you've done for the show. And it's so exciting just to have these two forces smashing together here today. So we welcome you back, and of course, Sir Daelon Dawnblaze, if you could please reintroduce yourself.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Dave. Kia ora and hello, everybody. My name is Cole from New Zealand, and I play the character typically known as Sir Daelon Dawnblaze, but as he's just been introduced by his true name, Zenthiel, begins to drift down out of stasis, looking down sharply at each of the contestants that have gathered together at the bottom. He takes a moment and slightly pulls off his helmet, slowly bringing it down before him, before looking up at the dim blue light in the area where they've just left, realizing that he's the last person to be released from stasis. His boots hit the floor. He looks around at his fellow contestants, giving each a nod as he stares at them. Finally coming around the room, through each and every contestant, his eyes land upon Shay Falconsong, whereby he turns to the side, puts his hand on his chest, dips his head as he begins walking towards Therangul. As he strides off towards Therangul, he releases his sword once again from its sheath, lighting it up in a bright golden light. He holds it over his shoulder. Standing about 10 feet from Therangul, he stares at him and says, I have been blind in the past, but now your mask is off. I see you, deceiver. Know now that the time has almost come. This is almost at an end. And you will face me in no less than a day.
Sir Daelon, there's still hope in my heart that before this is all over, you will perhaps see me in a bit of a different light. Perhaps if I were to say that there is a method to my madness that may thaw some of your cold, icy resolve. Just perhaps have some trust in me. At any rate, I cannot deny that you are worthy of respect and have earned it in your voyage amongst the Crucible seas. So I have no doubt you will do your best to fulfill your destiny according to my desires, whether you're aware of it or not. So good luck to you, Sir Daelon. May you be victorious in fulfilling my every desire. And with that, Dregs disappears in a puff of shadowy smoke. And now I will give you all an opportunity to converse for 5 minutes with one another. Perhaps the last time that you get to participate in a conversation of more than 2 people before your lives are snuffed out and your souls are added to my little power source here. And as he holds up his hands, you see out of the shadows a glowing orb filled with an ethereal energy swirling like a maelstrom of spiritual energy as you see the faces of all of the fallen contestants appearing up against the kind of glass exterior of the sphere before disappearing into smoke. You see them kind of like tearing each other away from the forefront, pushing to get your attention. This is extremely valuable to me, and after today, it will be ready for my little plan. It just needs 3 more souls. So I thank you in advance. Thank you. This is the key. The key to everything that is coming. And to the 2 that survive, well, you will join the other 4 for my final task for you. And we will make history together. It's the dawning of a new era. I just gave myself goosebumps. I like it. 5 minutes. And it begins now.
Thud, thud, thud. General Blood circles the gathered contestants, staring at them with a frown on his face. You're all fools. You're all fools, blind fools. I've already explained. He's chosen all these people for his game, Thurmgal, our lord, who have this sense of honor. They want to play hero. Why do you think he wants someone like that to be his general? What are we going to be doing? I'm speechless. You guys are just blind. And he just stomps off.
I think he wanted to circle me just so he could look at my butt.
He looks back again, growls.
I think it's a very great privilege to be surrounded by such accomplished monster slayers. The demon today just stands no chance with this group, yes?
On that
Whatever
note,
stands before us, it will fall, just like all the others.
and on that note, Majan, you seem to have been robbed of being able to take out your monster last time. I've got some spare coin if you can use it. About 5,000 gold, if it would help, because anything that would help us take it down, I'm willing to participate or give you something to help with that. It's not much. It's not really going to equate to the rest of the treasure we've all got, but if you could use it, it's yours.
Lazan's going to stand up and walk over to Death Trap and look him up and say, I think I was mistaken about you, Death Trap, and puts his hand out for the gold.
He'll hand it to him.
It shakes it and it's like, this is very sportsmanlike of you. It makes me think 2 things, though. Either that you pity me, or you think yourself so much more above me that this doesn't matter. It's okay. I was going to take this off of your corpse anyway. And smiles, blows him a kiss, and walks back.
Remember what happened the last time somebody said they were going to rob my corpse?
But look at the last person who faced me and where they went to. Yes, I think you might have seen their face in Thurmgal's little ball. Say, I'm so sorry, Mazan. You are the best.
I do not pity you, and I do not feel myself superior. Just anything to help take down whatever beast we're fighting. That's all it is. I don't expect us to team up or anything, except for against the big and bad that we're going to face.
We agree with that. What about everyone else? Do we wish to put our cards on the table? Everyone talks in card metaphors. Are we going to face this demon thing, or are we going to try to do something silly? Unlike everyone else has taken one down. I say we do it too.
My cards are on the table. We're going for the demon. We're getting Thurmgul's artifacts back.
Fate will put us where we need be. We need simply do our task.
Deathtrap wants to take a look at Shay and see if she has that ire towards him. If you could tell.
I'm gonna pause time here. Give me an insight check.
First roll of the day.
A 14. So, Shay, I'm just gonna ask you to just roll a d20. Not any particular skill, but if you could just write to one of the refs by adding your charisma modifier to the roll as to whether you're able to reveal or hide who your disdain might be for. So to my refs, if that charisma-based roll was higher than the insight, then Shay, feel free to reveal whatever it is you would like that's behind your eyes to Deathtrap.
She is angry for the situation that she's put in. She is angry at the shield that you threw in the fire. She is angry. I'm going to stop there because I did roll higher. I'll stop there. She definitely watched you throw the shield into the fire. So.
All right, 1 minute left in our 5-minute role play. Go ahead, everyone.
Thud, thud, thud. The general continues to circle, stare, and growl.
Mazan's just going to look at everyone. It's like, I say we just come out with it. The two paladins, you're just going to try to kill us. Everybody else, take them out after we kill the demon. They're all looking at us for as easy prey.
Oh, but they would make a great general for Thurmgul.
Generals are overrated these days. They're not worth the time.
When it comes to his artifacts that he wants back, Abrumgo-ul specifically said that he would not allow things to get into the hands of people that can be used against him. So also keep that in mind.
And with that magical chime that you all heard in the background, that is definitely not an iPhone. That is the end of the 5 minutes of roleplay. It was far too cheerful, too. Dregs, we need a better, like a gong or something, a deep resonating gong for our timers, okay?
I like the idea of a screaming Matthias Crow off in the distance as your timer.
I like the way you think, General. Perhaps we can, put a bit of a rope on him or something. You just give it a little tug and, yes. See?
Make a statement.
Great idea. Right away. I look forward to the rest of your ideas, General. All right, everyone, there is an important decision coming. I believe I'm already getting a sniff of the wind that is blowing in my direction, as they say. Do they say that? Oh, they do now. A vote on whether you're going to play my little game as I have prescribed in the first 3 rounds here. Within a room, against a monster, or are you going to fight this horrific fiend on my behalf? But before we conduct this vote, I want to make you aware of what is in the gift shop, and this will come as no surprise. And as Thermgul does a quick turn, the display cases of the gift shop appear out of the shadows, and you can see once again that it looks more like a jeweler's shop rather than an equipment one, as there are 6 polished stones, 2 in each tier. Each tier, of course, bringing an amethyst of enchantment and an agate of defense in tier 1 +1, in tier 2 +2, and in tier 3 +3. As with the other groups, these little gifts from me are to plug any possible little hole you may have in your preparations with your equipment for what's to come. And with that, I need your vote. And so, if you could send that to me privately, please, whether you want to fight the demon or play the game normally. Well, the telepathic votes are in. And I assure you, I have done no ballot stuffing. This is a legit election of your destinies. I'll even tell you that this vote was 4-1 in favor of taking care of my final little problem. A being going by the name of Dor Shindra. This thief has a few items of mine that I want back. A spear with a lot of sentimental value to me. And a necklace, and I would not be surprised if they are wearing these items right now. Good thing I have a one-way ticket to deliver you all to their doorstep. Prepare yourselves, this will not be an easy fight, but I have the utmost confidence in all of your ability to work together as a team. A special force, if you will. And once that deed is done and my artifacts have been recovered, it's on, like Mazan. 2 of you are moving on. And with that, it is now time for our Intermission Action initiative. So, keep in mind, as we have always done, you can use your intelligence ability check, a perception skill check, or a regular old dexterity-based initiative check. So let us begin with Death Trap. 23, pretty bold start. All right, General.
The general will be using ambush. Add superiority die.
15 plus 7.
22.
Is the general exhausted?
Oh, yes. Yep, good point.
Yes.
So we do need a reroll on that initial roll.
A reroll. Yep, thank you for that. The first plan was to get rid of it, so it hasn't been right in front of my mind. Thanks for that.
So 15.
Yeah.
Mazan. 24. Pouncing like a cat.
Meow.
Shay Falcon Song.
Shay would like to cast guidance on top of this.
A very clerical roll. Anyone who's played a cleric knows how both painful yet useful it is to go last in the initiative order. 12 total? And just for clarity, do you want to be referred to as Sir Daelon in this, or Zenthiel for the episode, Cole?
We'll continue with Sir Daelon.
Okay.
That's one.
Sounds good. Your turn, please.
I'd also like to use guidance.
$23 and 3. 26, final result? All right, everyone. We are ready for your intermission actions. I will see you soon. Greetings, Sir Dalon. You are first in our intermission action order here. I'm curious, what would you like to do with your first?
I am going to, for the first time, parlay.
A parlay? Well, clearly you are the first, so you have the option to speak with 2 creatures of your choice, both together or separately. So what will it be?
I will be taking them separately.
Very well. And who would you like to speak to first?
So at this point, he'll turn away from Thurungal and he'll try to focus himself in on Shay Falcon's song and try to see if he can somehow bring her to him.
Okay, go ahead and give me investigation or arcana.
Can I use guidance on this as well?
Yeah. $25. You see Shay standing, waiting patiently in the Fate's Hand Tavern, doing her best to keep to herself, a very focused look on her face. And as she appears, Thurungal looks to you and what's happening, and I will bring her in here. Shay, you are, as you're waiting in the Fate's Hand Tavern, reality shifts around you for a moment, and you see Sir Dalon standing in front of you with Thurungal off to the side, a bit of a dumbfounded look on his face. Shay, you have been summoned to a parley circle by Sir Dalon. And at this point, Thurungal disappears and Sir Dalon stands in front of you alone. As he just seems kind of like pushed back into the shadow. As he's speaking, it just kind of like drowns out and then he's gone.
Lady Falconsong, I've called you to a parlay, and somehow we are alone.
You seem surprised, as if this is not part of your doing.
No, I just underestimated my own ability. For a moment, I had forgotten what I was. Never mind. I am here to offer you my most sincere. He dips his head for a moment and taps himself on the chest. I know what it was like to lose those that you love. And now I sense an air of change about you. Please, let me in.
As I recall, you knew Ellison quite personally, didn't you?
I did not know the boy, but it is apparent that I am an uncle. I never knew my brother. He was never truly of my parents alone. He was adopted. And he disappeared some time ago. Galen is a distant memory now. But the boy clearly had your heart.
Did. He was special. Though he is not blood related to you, how did you feel about him in this game?
There was far too much for me to comprehend at the time, but I believe I had judged the boy harshly to myself. But I believe and then he just kind of rubs his forehead a little bit and kind of swishes his hair, and then he looks up at you, stares you dead in the eye, and says to Shay, "You were lucky to get away with your life. He would have killed you the first instance you had a chance."
Who?
The boy, of course. He would have killed you. You're fortunate that he fell first.
I was hoping you felt a bit of a more connection with him.
And at this point, Thermgul reappears. That is your 3 minutes, and this intermission action has come to an end. According to my design, of course. Shay, we will see you shortly. Well, Sir Daelon, it appears you are not as dumb as you look. In fact, you don't look that dumb now that I take a moment. Maybe I misread you.
He kind of leans his head to the side and then starts to play with his hair. Tightens into certain parts of his hair. You can see dangling little bits of golden chains with little gems attached to them. Clearly he's wearing something magical, and he lets you see it.
Okay, well that explains it. You can speak with another person. Who would that be?
I'll let you do this one. Bring Dregs to me.
Dregs? You wish to speak with Dregs?
Indeed.
Oh, interesting. And with that, Thermgul snaps his fingers, and you see Dregs appear up out of the shadows. He kind of has his head bowed, and he looks up to you, a bit of light reflecting off of his mask, as he seems to look at you intently, and back to Thermgul. A parley, then. And he reaches inside of his cloak, touching a medallion. And as he does, you feel your knees kind of like quiver just a tiny bit, not enough to cause you to stumble or lose your balance, but you are pulled into some sort of pocket dimension, and once again, Thermgul disappears, and you're standing face to face with Dregs. Sir Daelon, to what do I owe this honor?
Well, much has been learned about you, but there's still much to learn. I believe that there is much that I, in particular, can learn from you. Perhaps some information would be satisfying.
What do you want to know?
We are in these games, and it appears that we are serving the deceiver without even knowing it. Tell me what is going on here.
Give me a persuasion check. 19. We're all servants of some kind. Unfortunately, we don't always have a choice in the matter. My presence here is at the command of one of my current masters, Arklam Greeth, who you've already seen. Until this thing is resolved, there are certain duties I'm stuck to. It doesn't mean I'm happy about it.
Perhaps I could free you if I were given a chance. Is there a chance that you can bring Arklam Greeth before me?
If Arklam fell, or Therangul fell, or this game was brought to an end according to its own rules, then I would be free. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's much opportunity to end Arklam currently.
I understand. I will do as I must. Know this. I do intend to take Therangul's head, that deceiver, Lomax, all the others that were brought here.
I have no doubt of your intent. You've made that pretty clear. I'll be in the wings, in the shadows, watching. If I feel there's an opportunity to intervene or assist, I will do so.
My eyes are awake.
And with that, he clutches the medallion once again as you are thrust back into the Fate's Hand Tavern, standing in front of Therangul, and Dregs is no longer present. Oh, to be a fly on that wall. Can't count on mercenaries, can you? Or indentured servitude. Loyalty is expensive commodity, Sir Daelon. I'll be watching you very closely. With both eyes.
Talion is watching as well.
Not where I'm sending you. And with that, this intermission action has come to an end. See you shortly. Greetings, Mazan. It is your turn for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
Since it's the last time we'll get to do it, I think it's time to spend some coin at the gift shop.
Very well. Follow me, please. Therangul takes a quick step back, and with a flourish of a turn, you see all of the shelves and display cases of the gift shop apparate out of the shadows. And what may I inquire are you interested in, Mazan?
Are all the gems still there?
They are.
Okay. Mazan's going to look at the +3. I believe it's the Amethyst of Enchantment, where it's the +3 to your weapon.
I see your eyes lingering on some tier 3 items. Are you committing to purchasing those?
I think it's time to go big or go home, as they say, yeah? Let's give your wheel a spin. I've never got to do it before.
Oh, how exciting.
Let's do it permanent.
So you do have one free reroll. You do need to use it right away.
Got it.
If you want to use it. With a 4, that is 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Second roll, please. 13. -2 to Constitution.
Okay, we'll keep that one too.
Final roll. 4 again. Another level of exhaustion. You're looking sleepy, perhaps?
Let's re-roll that one.
Catnap, huh? Oh, okay. I'm not going to have my joke denied. All right. Go ahead and reroll. 9. -2 to strength.
Okay.
All right. My feline friend, you're looking a little worse for wear, but not too bad. Anything else I can offer you here at the gift shop?
Don't worry. This won't stay on me for long. And he starts picking stuff out of his dimensional escrow. I've got some stuff off of Galeo that I don't have any use for, so let's do some more shopping. And then so I won't go through the whole list. There's a whole lot of random stuff, including military saddle, Jonathan. I don't know what you're into, but the big things.
I think there was a fine steed in there, in Jonathan's defense.
That's what they all say. FBI's watching. I'm going to sell the Pearl of Power. That'll be 3,000 gold. That potion of Hill Giant Strength for 2,560 gold. His Vicious Whip 175, and the big thing through that was the Sentinel Shield for 10,000. So all total, including some items for myself, which was just some basic studded leather, rapier, daggers, and some potions of healing, brings it to 16,011 gold, 3 silver, and 7 copper. Added to the 2,216 gold that I had on left over from my last episode, plus the gold from taking down the 2 players, gives me 18,227 gold. And then Death Trap gave me that 5,000. Little did he know I had some money. But I'm like, Mazan will look at Thermgul and say, Death Trap gave me some money thinking that I was some sort of poor boy. But you know what? The joke's on him. I'm just going to buy something to blow his face off. And then Mazan's going to buy a whole bunch of things. The first off is going to be a Rapier of Wounding for 2,000, and that's what he's going to apply that +3 amethyst to.
Okay.
And then he's going to buy 3 pouches of Dust of Disappearance for 300 gold each. The Oil of Sharpness, 3,200 gold. 2 potions of speed, each for 1,280 gold. Potion of Heroism, 400 gold. 2 potions of Superior Healing for 450 each. 6 Spellwrought Tattoos of Remove Curse, 800 each. 1 Spellwrought Tattoo of Invisibility, 480. 1 for Hold Person, 480. 1 for Mirror Image, 480. Necklace of Fireball of 3 beads for 5,120 gold. And when he gets that, he's gonna look at them and go like I said, I'm going to use it to blow his freaking face off.
Indeed.
And then 2 more potions of Fire Breath for 300 gold. Another tattoo for 800 gold of Haste. 3 total tattoos of Shield for 240 gold each. And the last thing he wants to get is some fine clothes for 15 gold. He's going to look at them and goes like, you always dress so nice. I think it's time to match the theme.
Okay,
and so he wants to get some kind of some black and silver silk and leather clothes that look kind of like what Thermgirl wears.
Fake it till you make it, right? You have to dress the
That's
part.
right.
Otherwise, people won't respect you.
Very true. It's not too much faking anymore. Everyone talks about the card games and holding cards close to the chest. Time for deception on my part is almost over. They can think that I'm a flighty little kitty cat, but the joke's always on them when I take their heads off.
Yeah, sharpen those claws. I love it. Very cold-hearted, Mazan. I like this. Can't say it's a new look on you, but a refined look.
It's always been there. I just like to keep people guessing.
Very, this is a bit speciest. Speciest? Racist of me, but I've found many tabaxi to be the same. Sometimes they're very nice to you, and the next moment, scratch or across the face. No reason at all. Sorry.
I don't know. It's how everybody was whenever I grew up.
Yeah. It's tough. with those tattoos, there is, amount of space that they take up. So if you can just
Yes.
be prepared to let us know which ones you're applying and
Yep.
make sure that it all fits.
I've got that written down, and I'm actually not going to apply every single one of them. Some of them will stay in my inventory until next round. Fingers crossed.
I noticed you bought a lot of tattoos, and this is none of my business at all, but are we going to have to shave you to apply those? Are we gonna... I'm not a big fan of hairless cats, but...
I hope not. I thought it would just kind of add to the stripage.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I've seen people before getting tattoos, if they shave them, it's a bit... Yeah, anyway.
I've seen a couple on some people's butts. It was not pretty.
All right. Enough. I'm enjoying this conversation, don't get me wrong, but we have business to attend to. Death Trap. My old friend. It's your turn for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
I would like to go to the archivist.
The Archivist. I can't say that I'm pleased to inform you, but you are the first to visit the Archivist, so please enjoy the benefits that I have afforded you for this intermission action. And with that, Fate's Hand Tavern and Thermghoul fade into the shadows as you find yourself moving towards the grand arch of the archives. And as you hit the threshold, you can clearly see the massive piles of bones and the seemingly endless stacks of bookcases and shelves. You feel a presence enter into your mind as Abranga All's consciousness reaches out to a visitor to the archives. Could you please give me either an intimidation, persuasion, or investigation skill check, please?
Yes, but before I roll that, Collector of Bones, would you happen to be interested in a head bone? And he pulls out the decapitated head of Sir Barristan Bell. Says, I have a skull for you.
Okay, go ahead and give me your roll and we'll add that in.
Okay, that's nice.
Sticking with it?
Yeah, I'm not going to burn a fate sphere for that.
Okay. You hear a voice enter into your mind. Death Trap. How nice to receive you here. And I appreciate the token that you offer me. If you wish to leave it there at the archway, I will collect it and think of you fondly every time I look upon it. But of course, I have already received some of Sir Barristan's bones, as is part of my agreement. Unfortunately, I do not have time to meet with you. However, being the first to enter into my archives, I am willing to share some information with you. You feel your mind flooded with imagery and sentiment that causes you to brace yourself. You feel a sense of power. Power given to you by the gods. A power that you are proud to hold. A humble resolution to wield this power according to a very strict set of principles. You see your right hand strike forward with incredible precision and power, driving a spear into a humanoid of some sort. The imagery, although powerful and clear in its intent, the picture is not clear at all, as everything seems to be shrouded in some measure of shadow. You see the spear gleaming with light as this very practiced technique is unleashed towards its target. However, at the apex of the strike, you see that the spear is covered in dark, shadowy flame. The strike is so true and accurate that the target is destroyed immediately, dead before the air can even leave its lungs. You then see a beam of light being emitted from your chest, again striking down some foul aberration, the details of which are kind of lost. You just see this beam arc out, hitting its target in a blast of light, but as it strikes its target, again, the shadowy flame incinerates it. You also feel a divine power within you that you are able to control for various spells. And that is all that you glean from being the first here. Alright, and with that, the archives fade away back into shadow and you find yourself in the Fate's Hand Tavern. Any final question?
Nope, thank you.
Okay, good stuff. See you in a bit. My loyal general, welcome. Please make yourself at home as an extremely comfortable looking chair appears for you. Can I get you a beverage, something to eat, anything at all? Perhaps a foot rub from one of my many succubi here?
I'll be right. Maybe a feast after the game would be good.
You don't want to get a cramp, I understand.
And I don't want to dull my senses with alcohol.
No, you have to maintain that hunger. I get it.
Mm.
I have felt this feeling for eons now. I too am savoring being sated by a glorious meal after my victory, and I hope that you can help me achieve that aim. Tell me, what is your first step in your intermission actions to aid you?
Gift shop, please.
Excellent. With that, Thermghoul does a bit of a dramatic twist as the shelves and display cases appear before you. You can clearly see that 5 of the 6 jewels remain. However, the Amethyst of Enchantment in Tier 3 has been purchased.
Okay.
General, anything I can offer you?
Yes, I'll take the Agate of Defense +2.
Permanently or temporarily?
Permanently.
And you know what? Due to your loyalty, General, it is within the purview of my power under this contract, but I'm going to waive one of your consequences here. And drop it to 1. There has
Very
to
nice.
be some payment made, but I can give you a bit of a discount here. A loyalty rewards program. 7. Strength and dexterity saves at disadvantage.
Okay.
It's yours, as is the Agate of Defense +2. Anything else for you, General?
Yes. I would like to buy some items as well. I would be purchasing 2 Supreme Healing Potions, 2 Superior Healing Potions, a Dancing Sword, a Great Sword, but for flavor, I want to have that look as a great axe instead, still slashing weapon damage anyway. Battle Axe +2, 2 potions of speed, and 2 spell-wrought tattoos remove curse.
Wise purchases indeed.
And a potion of vitality. Sorry, I had that right at the top there.
Age catching up with you, General?
I want to get rid of this exhaustion.
I understand. I'm just kidding. Anything else?
And age is still upon me, but in the Abyss, I suspect age doesn't have as much of a factor to play.
A valid assumption. Depending on the terms of your stay here, of course.
And just for clarity, I ended up selling my Battle Axe +1, selling my Ring of Ram, and just a bunch of miscellaneous loot.
Yep, and we'll get that list from you and post it in the video.
Now, I do have a Wand of Lightning Bolts from previous. Do you want me to roll for the recharge on that now, or during the prep action?
You can do it now.
Okay. That's a reasonable number. That actually puts it back up to max.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
And this concludes your gift shop visit?
It does. It's been an honor, Thurmgall.
It has been, and it will continue to be, I hope.
And something I wanted to point out, I meant to do it earlier. I'm wearing the COF stuff as well, but because I ended up having to use this camera, it zooms in on me. But I've got the Crucible of Fate t-shirt, but I added to it.
I did notice that. Well done. That looks fantastic.
Blood.
The blood version. I love it.
Exactly.
Greetings, Shay. It is your turn for your first intermission action. I hope you've had a chance to kind of, calm down, relax a little bit. You're looking so intense before. How can I help you?
You'll excuse that intensity, Thurmgall.
No, I appreciate it.
It is not towards you. I am your new disciple, and as such, I will go forth, purchasing what I need to fight as your weapon.
Well, I am enjoying this change of attitude. Then the gift shop, I presume.
Yes.
Can't say I'm entirely convinced, I've been around the block a few times, but I'm willing to take you at your word, whether it's a deception or not. The gift shop it is. And with that, you see the shelves and display cases appear. You notice right away that on the display cases, the Agate of Defense in Tier 2 has been sold, as has the Amethyst of Enchantment at Tier 3, but the other 4 stones still remain. And what would you like to purchase from my little shop here, Shay?
Okay. It is quite a list, so if you want, I'm okay with. The only thing that's changing, which wasn't on my shopping list anyway, is going to be the consequence items.
Okay, yeah, no problem. If you just want, for anything you're selling, if you just want to give us the final amount and we'll post the list.
Sure, it is. I am selling my shield that has the holy symbol of Kairos on it, and my adamantine chain shirt, which brings my total gold to 102,688. Then, yes, I splurged. I am going to get the Agate of Defense +1.
+1, okay. Do you want that permanently or temporarily?
Permanently.
Oh, 1 slowed. But I suppose that doesn't matter, you and all your cash. And your second item.
Will be a Stone of Enchantment +2.
Permanently, I presume.
Yes, please.
11. -2 wisdom. And 4, 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Is that it for your purchases, Shay?
No, I will also get the Stone of Defense +3.
Okay, permanently?
Yes, please.
19. -4 to initiative. Another -4 to initiative. And 7. Strength and Dex saves at disadvantage. Good with all those?
Yes, that will be everything. You'll excuse, again, I'm new to this whole deception thing. I needed them to believe that I am indirectly angry. I am very angry at Death Trap. I needed them to think that I am just as angry with you.
Oh, I understand. And hey, emotions are very useful. You know, I never told you this, but you remind me of someone I cared very deeply for, that was snatched away from me. And I'm glad to see you selling that horrific symbol of Kairos. I cannot explain to you the depth of my hatred for that man. In fact, I hope that you will soon come to realize the depth of my hatred for Kairos.
I hope to make you proud, as Ellison has, as the general has. I might not be general material, but I will gladly be your weapon.
At this point, I will ask, I'm going to insight check to see whether Shay is being truthful. So if you could roll a d20 and let the refs know whether you were just trying to persuade or deceive. Okay, so 9 plus whatever your bonuses are, if you could let them know. And I will make my own roll. Okay, 6. So my total with a roll of 6 would definitely be higher than that. So if the refs could let me know whether that was deceitful or just persuasive. Okay. He looks at you intently for a moment and then kind of relaxes. It's reassuring to see that the rituals that have passed have truly brought us closer together, and if you are willing to be that weapon, then I am very excited to see what you are bringing to the table. I had some assumptions about you that perhaps were misguided, Shay Falcon-san.
I have more tools to show you once we get to the prepare. I believe you might be happy with what I have to offer.
Excellent. Then I assume this concludes our gift shop interactions here.
Yes.
Very well. I will see you shortly. Greetings once again, Sir Daylon. It is time for your second and then your final intermission action. What would you like to do next?
So he would turn away and try to take himself towards the shop.
take himself to the shop. Okay, same thing.
Yeah.
Either Arcana or Investigation, please. Any?
I'd like to use something.
Hmm?
Can I use the luck from the luck blade that I'm attuned to?
Sure.
It's a reroll of a ability check or a saving throw or check roll, I think.
23. As you focus your intent to generate the gift shop as best as you can remember it, it starts to form, and Therangul looks at you. You got lucky once, Sir Daelon, but not as easy as you might think, huh? I take it you want to go shopping. Can I assist you?
He just keeps silent.
Allow me. And with that, he does a little twirl with his finely... Hold on. With that, he does a little bit of a dramatic turn. His black robe with silver filigree spinning out and around, looking very smug as he brings the display cases and shelves into view for you. You can see right away that all of the tier 2 and tier 3 gems have been taken. Only the tier 1 remains. Both tier 1s remain. So, Sir Daelon, what would you like to purchase?
He kind of waves away the cases of the tiered items and kind of walks away from them and begins looking for a pen and a parchment. What does he find?
Yeah, here, allow me. And he just kind of holds out his hand as both are drawn out from the shadow, and he hands them to you.
So he basically takes his time writing an entire list of things to buy at the shop, and then right at the bottom he'll underline one as he hands it to Therangul.
All right, so we'll post that list up here on the screen. Which one is underlined?
It says Holy Avenger on it.
So he takes the list and he's like looking through it. Come on now, Sir Daelon, is this a joke? Do you have a sense of humor here?
If there is one here, the fair prices.
I'm sorry, we don't keep those items here readily available. That's a very dangerous, outlawed item in these parts. Can't have one of those floating around. These are not easily acquired.
Perhaps not.
Everything else
However,
we can manage.
There was a backup plan. And then he goes over and starts to try to ink onto the pen while the parchment, and while it's in Therangul's hands, and writes in another name or sword underneath it. It says Retorter.
Yep, so I mean, as long as it's on the allowed list, you can purchase it for sure.
Yeah, and it's far cheaper anyway, so
Okay.
doesn't matter about the rest of the gold and stuff. That will be all here.
And for your final intermission action,
Time to prepare.
prepare. Excellent. And how would you like to prepare? He asks as the elements of the shop fall back into shadow as you find yourself in the preparation area.
I would like to do it alone. And then he's going to try to force Therangul away, see if he can
Okay, give me
be off on his own.
Give me another Arcana check.
Can I use the guidance system?
Yes. Look, I get what you're getting at here, Sir Daelon. I'll leave you alone, but have to still keep an eye on you. Okay, and how would you
Just turns away and goes about doing his business.
Yep.
I'll start off with the spell scroll just purchased. So, Nestor's magic aura. It's just basically it changes. I get to choose to change my creature type to a different type rather than a humanoid, and that creature type will be celestial.
Okay.
And also I get to add a false aura, which is to change the outlook of the magic that's around me. So I'm just going to switch it over to like enchantment magic.
Okay.
Now I want to use guidance again for an ability check.
Okay.
And basically I am casting a 4th level spell scroll, Death Ward.
Death Ward.
Which is a charisma check, and the DC would be.
So looking
14,
for charisma
so
14. You've already got a 4, so 10 on the die.
a 1st level spell scroll of Longstrider, which I can cast. So it just increases my speed by 10. Protection from poison I can cast. See invisibility.
See invisibility, you said?
See invisibility, yeah. I'll cast mirror image as well. I'm going to apply oil of slipperiness.
Yeah, you will.
An oil of sharpness to the new weapon. A potion of heroism.
Okay.
And then a potion of growth.
And growth? Alright, so we need to do a missability roll. 41, I think, is in the safe zone.
And then one more potion of speed.
Okay. Another roll, please. 18 is not.
What does that do?
18, one potion loses its effect.
Ooh, okay. So, what was the first one you took?
I just want to use a fate sphere anyway.
You are going to use a fate
I
sphere?
have enough.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your D100.
Thank you.
74.
Normal.
Okay, so you're good to go.
Yep. Okay. I'll cast guidance again. I'm going to roll another charisma check to cast holy weapon.
Holy weapon, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were going to say. So 19. And holy weapon is what, level 7?
Level 5.
5. Oh, yeah, well, you're good. No problem there. You were good even without the guidance anyway.
Okay. Last couple of things to do. Firstly, he will, as he's now a large creature, he will activate Radiant Soul. And then with one last spell scroll, he'll reach in and cast one last spell. It's well within his ability to do so, Disguise Self, and will transform his appearance into something similar to what you would see from Xenos or Zenpael.
Ah, okay, cool. So, more of like a bare-chested, shaved head, glowing eyes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Got it. Anything else for you?
Nah, just at that point, he'd take flight for a moment and look down at Thavern and say, "None shall be more prepared than I. It is time."
I'm blushing a bit here, Sir Dalon. You look ready to go. Not a big fan of Xenos, but I respect what he does. And you. Perhaps in another time, another situation, we could have stood shoulder to shoulder, brothers in arms.
We have nothing in common.
Well, that may be, but time will tell, Sir Dalon. There's still time for you to change. Greetings, Mazan. It is time for your second and then your third intermission action. What would you like to do for your second?
First off, I actually would like to parlay with you, Lord Thernbull.
With me? Well, I'm honored. You've got 3 minutes, and it begins now.
I actually think that we may have had a bit of a misunderstanding between us last time I was here. My comment about
I hear you
those
purring,
seeking...
by the way.
My comment about those seeking to beat your blade not making the cut was not meant as a slight against you. I only meant that a better choice for that role may be right in front of you.
I took no offense. I've got a pretty thick skin.
I had already thought about speaking to you prior to Water Talking, having her little parlay, but what you told her sparked something within me. I did not realize this dark side of the world, Oriya, was where I came from, and that there was anything besides shadow. If your goal is to take down that barrier and to bring those in the shadow like I was, to where we can walk the light, then I'd want to be a part of that. I want to see that crumble. Everyone who is in the shadow, who does not know what the light of the world could be, can walk into it. Walk into that warmth, and I will stand in the cold of the shadows with you and watch this world burn down just so we can feel the warmth.
An honorable objective, and I'm glad that finally someone is on the same page as me. Look, this dark and light has gone on long enough. You know, the barrier has been around for a long time, and I'm sure, I know, those on the light side feel that it's keeping something out. And in a way, they're very right. But they are in a prison of their own. There is much to see and much to explore, and many wonderful personalities on the dark side that they should meet. So I'm glad you're on board, Mazan.
The only reason I grew up there was because some overzealous mind flayers thought they would play around and make some toys. The unfairness of it burns into my soul. If you allow me to exact revenge and to get some recompense in any way, I don't care who all stands in the way. I have no illusions that this is any more than destruction and mayhem. In fact, that makes it all the more fun.
I'll tell you what, you survive today and we'll have another chat. Sound good?
You can count on it.
Alright, that completes our parlay. Your final intermission action?
I'm going to prepare.
And how would you like to prepare?
The first thing I'm going to start doing is applying the remove curse tattoos.
Okay.
And I'm going to apply those one at a time. I'll take the 2 consequences off of the +2 breastplate of necrotic resistance that I got from Galeo. 1 tattoo is going to remove the negative strength curse on the ring of protection. And then the last 3 tattoos will take the 3 consequences I just picked up for the amethyst of enchantment.
Okay.
And then next I'm going to apply the tattoos of invisibility, and then hold person, then mirror image, and then the 3 shield spells.
Okay.
And then next, I'm going to equip the breastplate of necrotic resistance.
Okay, and that is medium armor, and you can wear medium, right?
Yes, because I've multi-classed into fighter.
Okay.
And then the next thing I'm going to do is equip and attune the Belt of Dwarven Kind.
Okay.
That I got off of Gleo.
Yeah.
And if you allow the flavor of it, as he equips that, instead of growing a beard, since he's a tabaxi, the hair on his face and ears will kind of grow out and make him look, instead of more like a sleek house cat, more like a lynx or a wildcat.
Got it. Yeah, cool.
And then he's going to equip and attune to the Ring of Protection.
It's a ring +1, right?
Yes, sir. And then also equip and attune to the Rapier of Wounding, and he's going to apply the Oil of Sharpness to the rapier. I like to use Potion of Speed, and then also my hit points with the belt, since it increases my Constitution, takes it to 150.
150?
Yes, I am a beefy kitty.
Wow.
If I go ahead and cast Mirror Image now, it'll be active for 9 rounds in the encounter as well.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll go ahead and say I'm going to use a pouch of Dust of Disappearance, but I'm going to wait because since it's within 10-foot area, I want to grab a couple other people to give them invisibility before we go in as well.
Okay. All good?
I think it's good for me.
Excellent. All right. Good luck to you. We'll see you shortly. Greetings, Death Trap. It is time for your second and your final intermission action. Tell me, what would you like to do?
Gift shop.
Gift shop. No problem. The shelves and display cases appear before you. You can see now that only one of the precious stones remains, and that is the amethyst in Tier 1. Everything else is gone. How may I help you?
A lot to sell and a lot to buy. So from selling, there's a lot of mundane items from things that he loaded and extra stuff he's got. Non-mundane of note, Barristan's vicious sword, a couple adamantine scale, one's plate. He's going to sell his gauntlets of ogre power, which he will detune in his prep action, the wand of fear that he got from the token, and then there was a few potions of greater healing from himself and that he also looted off of bodies. Total that he's going to gain is 14,724, and he started this with over 100,000 from the loot from the monster. So purchasing, I'm sure you're going to want me to list all these.
Just give us the big ones, and then we'll put a list up of everything.
Okay, so he's getting +3 adamantine plate, +3 shield. He's getting 4 javelins of lightning, a broom of flying, periapta proof against poison, couple oils of sharpness. My sheet only showed 1, but since we can't buy next time, he's buying another one of those. He's going to get a total of 4 supreme healings. That only showed 2, but again, he's buying for next round as well. 2 oil of slipperiness, saddle of the cavalier, 2 counterspell tattoos, level 3, 2 dispel magic tattoos, level 3. He's going to be buying a total of 3 potions of speed. He's already got 1. I know it sounds weird, but there's a reason. Buy an additional level 5 scroll of destructive wave, level 5 scroll of circle of power, quiver of Alhona, cap of water breathing, 2 level 2 tattoos with mirror image, 2 I already got 2 actually 4 superior healing potions, 1 elixir of health, 2 scrolls of remove curse, a level 4 scroll of death ward. Actually, he's going to get 2 of those, 1 for next round as well, assuming he survives, or give them to somebody else, right? A level 3 scroll of spirit shroud, and a level 2 scroll of enhanced ability. He's going to get another spell rot tattoo of shield and a potion of fire breath. And then I got an additional potion of fire breath, an additional enhance ability. I already gave you the 2 death wards. He's also going to buy plate barding, which is 6,000. From what I understand, 1,500 times 4. And he's going to buy 3 diamonds worth 300 gold pieces each. Probably isn't going to need that many, if any, but he's going to do it. I believe that is it. Like I said, I've got the additional stuff written that I didn't send to Remy when I found out we couldn't buy next round. I was like, yeah, I better spend the money in case. That would have left him 62 gold pieces, but he gave 5,000 away to Majan, so he's down to 1962, but who needs it at this point, right?
There you go. Okay, so that's it for gift shop?
Yep.
And your last one is
all
prepare?
Right, so he's going to prepare. So he's going to use the 2 spell scrolls to remove the 2 remaining curses on the Belt of Giant Strength. So he will detune the Gauntlets of Ogre Power and then attune to that Belt of Hill Giant Strength. He is going to don his armor and shield. He's going to equip the Pegasus with its barding and the saddle of the Cavalier. He's good. Well, I don't have the necklace of fireballs, so get rid of that. He's going to equip the quiver of Elhona, add the javelins of lightning and the broom of flying in it. He's going to put on a cap of water breathing. He's going to put on the periapta proof against poison, and then he'll apply all the tattoos. Going to put unused potions and scrolls on his belt. Then he will apply the oil of slipperiness to himself for freedom of movement for 8 hours. He will apply the oil of sharpness to the Vorpal sword, giving an additional +3 to hit for an hour. He will feed one of the potions of fire breath to the Pegasus. Then he will use the one of the scrolls of enhance ability using Eagle's Splendor to give him advantage charisma checks. That is simply so he can cast the next spell, which is Death Ward, which is a level 4, so he could do that at advantage.
Okay.
So I will need to roll that. That is just a straight wisdom, right? I'm sorry, straight charisma. And that's definitely a 14 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got Death Ward up, which is not concentration. And then I had one of 2 scrolls he was going to cast. He's just going to use the Scroll of Spirit Shroud, which will give him extra damage that can't be healed, and also reduce movement of foes within 10 feet. That is concentration for 1 minute. And he will drink his potion, one of the potions of speed. We already checked that. And I have one final question. I know we're strapped for time, but if he happened to be disarmed, can he have his steed use a reaction to step on the sword to prevent anybody else from picking it up? I know they can't use it because it's a tiered item, but I'm just wondering if there's a way to protect it from getting picked up.
I mean, the only way I think I would let that is if it had a held action to do specifically that.
Okay.
I can't just give it a new reaction ability.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I accept that. All right, and that's it. I'm ready to go.
Okay, excellent. Good luck to you, Death Trap. Greetings, General. It is time for your second and then your final intermission action. What would you like to do for your second?
Very exciting. Well, to begin with, I would actually like to parley, believe it or not.
With whom?
With Shay.
Oh, delicious. Greetings, Shay Falconsong. You have been summoned to a parley circle by General Bloodblood. Tell me, do you accept this invitation or refuse it?
I accept.
Very well, in that case, General, you have 3 minutes and it begins now.
Shay, I just want to begin by saying, as a champion of Theramgol, I tend to have a target on my back. The blind and ignorant will likely lash out. If it comes to me falling out of this group, I would pick you as the general of Theramgol's army to take my place. As I believe, honestly, that the armies of Theramgol would love you as the general and would likely call you the mother of armies. So I'd like to barter an alliance with you in this game and see how things go.
General, it is an honor to meet someone of your grandeur. I have made it clear to Thavern already that I am fully devoted to his cause now, though it is not apparent yet, as I have not been able to prepare. My dedication to Kairos has been thrown into the proverbial fire. I accept your alliance.
We are one and the same. As a token, may I ask, do you happen to have any curses upon you at this stage?
I do not.
Okay, if you did, I would have had a spare remove curse I could have helped you out with.
I appreciate that. I wish I could have offered you... oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I do have a curse on me. Yes.
You have a curse?
I do.
All right.
I did splurge at the shop quite a bit.
I would like to offer you a spell tattoo, remove curse. I have one spare. I did well in my rolls.
Dave, if I accept this, it doesn't automatically get applied to me, correct?
Correct.
It wouldn't be inked on me? Okay.
Right.
I'll accept it.
Have to
Thank
do
you.
that in your prepare action.
Have you been able to remove your exhaustion?
Not yet. I have my prepare next.
Excellent. And who would you like to go for?
Well, personally, I think the biggest threats are the paladins. So I think the paladins should go first.
And have you had a chance to speak to anybody else?
No.
Okay.
And yourself?
I have not. I was looking forward to either speaking with you or Maison, because he seems to be on board as well with taking out the paladins.
Wonderful. If you do get the chance to speak to Maison, that'd be fantastic, because I've only got one thing left, and that's my prepare.
Excellent. If there's any way that you can distract Sir Daelon at all to pull his reactions above table, please do so. That will help my spellcasting
And
tremendously.
that's 3 minutes. Although I don't want to interfere in this planning, I think it's just very juicy. We must move on. Final intermission action, General.
All right, prepare, of course. First things first, potion of vitality will remove this cursed exhaustion. And then my final spell wrought tattoo to remove the new curse I have. I would also like to prepare by having a potion of fly just before I go in. And to do or not to do, that is the question. Potion of speed at the same time.
Let's have that D100 roll.
As I said, to do or not to do. All right.
Whoa!
Not good.
Nope, not
The
good.
Mixture creates a magical explosion.
Wait.
Dealing
I'm happy to use a fate sphere on
Okay,
that
that's what I was looking for. But just for entertainment value, Todd, please carry on with that horrific description.
The mixture creates a magical explosion, dealing 6 dice 10 force damage to the mixer and 1 dice 10 force damage to each creature within 5 feet of the mixer.
Whoa. Okay.
All right.
Fate sphere
probably would
used.
have got caught in that blast. All
Okay,
right,
D100
let's try
again. Let's hope this one's not another one.
Oh, it better not be. There's only 1% chance.
46, I think, is in the safe zone.
Still not a huge one. But
Normal.
Safe zone, yeah.
Normal.
Normal.
I'm happy.
Anything else for you?
Well, that would have been entertaining, wouldn't it?
It already was.
Before I go in as well, I'm going to chuck on a rage.
Okay, so you're raging right before you go in. So feel free to narrate that as you do your dialogue.
Cool.
All right, good luck to you, General. One more contestant left.
In the name of Tharangal.
Greetings, Shay. Time for your second and third intermission actions. What would you like to do for your second?
I would like to invite Mazan for a parley, please.
One moment. Here, kitty. Mazan, you have been summoned to a parley circle by Shay Falconsong. Do you accept the invitation or reject it?
Of course I accept.
Very well. In that case, you have 3 minutes, Shay, and it begins now.
Hello, Mazan. Let me first start by wishing my condolences. The loss of Ludwig. I don't know if we would call him a friend, or at the very least, I know he was a comrade of yours, and my hope is that there is a way to release his soul from damnation, at the very least. You stood up and you fully called out those paladins, and I praise you for that. And I would like to offer my aid, if that is what you are looking to do, because as you said, it will be them that move on if they stick together. What say you?
I wholeheartedly agree, Lady Falconsong. They hide behind their oaths to make them seem more righteous. But it's just a facade to cover up their own self-centeredness. I say that trying to get blood on our side, the 3 against 2, may not be too difficult once the spells and blades start flying.
Agreed.
But I intend to, of course, ask consent first. But I have purchased some of the Dust of Disappearance, and if nothing else, during combat and before combat, I can make us invisible and give us a little bit of advantage. And then once we've taken down this demon creature, or whatever it is, then whenever we take down the paladins, I will try to use my fast feet, get close, and use more.
That would be excellent. If at all possible, if you can draw reactions above table from Sir Daylon to make him unable to absorb any spells, that would be very beneficial as well. If you are comfortable with that. I know a hit from him can be detrimental at the very least.
That's why hopefully we can get the blood on there too. If he goes right in, like nose to nose, not smoochies, but nose to nose, then I can circle around, and with that armor, it's hard to stab him as hard, but just still, he'll know it's there.
Use those quick wits of yours and those psychic blades. That might be your best bet.
Yes. Speaking of psychic blades, one of the other psychic things I have is I can
and that's
connect
3
mind to mind.
minutes. Love to interrupt, you know me. Chaos and confusion. These are a few of my favorite things. We will see you soon, Mazan. My son. I'm starting to think of you as... Let's see.
Papa?
Is he your fur baby now?
There was that
Can I call you my sugar daddy?
Rakshasa I met a while back.
If I am a fur baby, you are sugar daddy.
Alright, see you in a minute. Back in the game. Shay, you have 1 more intermission action.
I would like to prepare, please.
How would you like to prepare?
First off, I would like to remove curse from the amethysts and agates, please. So that will be 6 remove curse scrolls.
Okay.
Might I invite somebody to sit in on our, not a contestant, but someone that resides here in your realm? And she's going to hold up the book of notes that she got off of the professor's body. Abrumgaul, if you don't mind, I will not be asking him questions in regards to the game, but I would like to invite him and deliver what is his.
Sure, I will allow that. One moment, please. You see that he concentrates with his eyes closed for just a moment, and out of the shadows, you see the humanoid form of Abrumgaul, the gray, mottled skin, pale eyes, sunken pale eyes, and tentacles hanging down. What is this, Master? This is most unusual. I believe Shay would like your assistance with something, Abrumgaul, if you would please. Very well. Miss Falcon's song, how can I assist you?
Abrumgaul, I believe these notes are yours, as this staff may be, and she will begin to pass the notes over to the archivist. Abrumgaul, I'm going to be frank. I'm going to give you these notes regardless. I have no use of them. But I wonder if you would be willing to help me in return for this service that I have provided you.
Oh, what assistance is it you are seeking?
Are you able to provide me with a higher end scroll that I may not be able to use right now, but I may be able to use later? Something that you are adept at, perhaps.
He looks towards Tharamgul, and Tharamgul turns to you. You mean outside of the confines of this game?
Yes, it would be a level 8 spell scroll, if at all possible.
After this episode is complete, you mean?
No, it would be now. I wouldn't be able to use it now, unless there is a way I can get another level to be able to cast this spell.
Just give me a persuasion check.
I'm going to cast guidance to my roll. 10.
This is most unusual, Shay. You know that sorry, I mix my words up sometimes in your presence. I have a soft spot for you, Shay, but this is a bit of an ask. Perhaps...
I'm sorry, Tharamgul. I believe I'm asking Abrumgaul if there's anything that he can do for me. All due respect, of course.
That may be, but my patience has a limit, Shay. You may be talking to someone else, but in this place my voice is the only one that matters. Do you understand this?
Sir.
Sorry about that. I just, the thing about being disregarded. It was a bit too much of an ask, I'm afraid. How else would you like to prepare?
I would like to use my spell scroll of legend lore. These. And I would like to learn more about you, Tharamgul.
About Tharamgul?
Just casting legend lore on Tharamgul.
Okay. Can you read out legend lore, please?
Surely. Name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. The information you learn is accurate, but might be couched in figurative language. For example, you have a mysterious magic axe in your hand. The spell might yield this information. Whoa. Whoever touches the axe, it's a prophecy. It's a prophecy. So.
Okay. Just for something a little extra, can you give me an insight or perception roll, please?
I will do insight and I will cast guidance on this as well. If that's okay.
Yep.
Oh.
12. As you look at Theringhul, he doesn't know exactly what you're doing in the moment, but as you look into his eyes, he kind of like locks onto you. And you see at first his head twitch as he's wondering what this is all about. But in his eyes, you seem to be drawn into them and like find yourself being pulled into his mind momentarily, at least. You hear Abrungal's voice in your mind in this moment as he telepathically is looking between both of you. As information begins to flood in, you feel Abrungal acting as a bit of a filter, if you will, or a funnel, as the amount coming at you is overwhelming. As if you were plunged into a deep ocean of information. You start to hear tales of the Great Deceiver, or the Great Betrayer, as he is also known. You feel an intense hatred for Kyrus in events linked to the world-rending that Kyrus is responsible for. You hear a scream ring out, unlike anything you have ever heard before. A scream of millions crying out in anguish simultaneously. A surge of power. And then looking down at your own hands, you see a dagger, a very ornate, jagged-looking dagger in your right hand. Your hands are shaking with anger and hatred. You plunge the knife, and you can see that the sleeve is red with like a gold filigree trim, plunging into the back of some humanoid figure with dark hair, brown skin, wearing robes. And you feel his back arch as he screams out in pain as magic emanates seemingly from within him as he stretches his arms out. As you plunge that dagger right into his back as time seems to freeze, and suddenly you're hurled backwards, and you get the sense that you, in fact, for the moment, are the Great Deceiver. But not in his prime as you see him now. You see him, you feel fear. You're running, hiding hiding in various towns, lying about who you are. Guards after you, bounty hunters after you, for what seems like years. Constant fear, constant looking over your shoulder. And then meeting someone in a shadowed cloak who opens a gateway for you with the promise of the perfect hiding place. And you disappear for eons. Alright, that's enough of this. Get out of my mind, Falcon Song. What else would you like to prepare?
I believe it is time to create my new holy weapon. Not holy weapon, sorry. Holy symbol. So she is going to take an hour to attune to her shield. This is a... a shield of arrow catching, +1.
Okay.
So she's going to pull forth her shield. It is completely unmarked, and she's going to head to the forge. And she is looking for a brand, and she passes the one that was pulled out of the fire. And she finds the other one, and it's perfect. She begins to stab her shield with this new brand. And when she pulls it away, an image of 2 blades, one bland, and one with Spaceforge stone tower, and one aged and rusted, shines bright on the hellscape. She's going to place the amethyst of enchantment on the relief of the open blade. And her eyes glow red, and vampiric fangs slide from her gums. I was taught that light is righteous and darkness is corruption, that to heal is holy and to deceive is vile, that I should turn away from you, the great deceiver, for you are a demon and a whisperer of falsehoods. And at this time she's going to smear war paint across her eyes, and she's going to cast True Seeing on herself. And yet I see the truth now. Not the truth that they fed me, wrapped in golden chains and prayers of obedience. Not the truth that demands blind faith and calls it virtue. No, I see your truth, the one hidden in spaces between words, in the contradictions they tell me to ignore. You are the one they fear, not because you are evil, but because you unravel their lies, because you give choice where there is a demand for submission. They paint you as the corrupter, but is corruption to teach mortals to think, to question? I have healed the sick, mended the broken, and given hope to the desperate, but I have also watched as my brethren turned away the dying because their hands were unclean. I have seen light used as a weapon, faith twisted into shackles. You ask for no worship, no bowing of heads, no silencing of doubt, only understanding. And so I cast aside my blind devotion, not to embrace darkness, but to see with clear eyes. If that damns me, so be it. If truth is blasphemy, then let me be heretic and heathen alike. I would rather walk the path of the deceiver than remain a slave to a lie. In chaos, there is freedom. I am yours now. Let them call me fallen. I have never stood taller.
If I had a heart, I'd be crying right now. You fill me with joy and wonder. Let us begin a great journey together, shall we?
Indeed. Shay kicks off her boots of speed that depicts storms of Ioden. She's going to unattune to them. Sorry, Todd. Sorry, Nub. She's going to remove Stack's pendants of Pala and Nyla, looking up to the heavens. I was holding on to these for you, Water Talking. I hope you finally found peace. Ooh. She adorns her head with the crown of antlers, casting light on it so that black and white glow emits from it, resembling a dark halo. I am taking time to attune to the stone of greater absorption. These teeth are going to be a problem. She places the agate of defense on her new adamantine half-plate and dons it and her shield. She holds her leather trench coat in her hands. Her fingers settle over the design painted on the back of it before putting it back on. She wears the necklace of adaptation but does not attune to it. She coats 20 crossbow bolts in oil sharpness and loads a non-sharp one into her new hand crossbow, which is flavored as the Phantom Blade in Assassin's Creed. If anybody knows it, it's just on the gauntlet. Just to be clear, I won't be calling this out in game if this is okay. I'm going to be using the non-sharp arrows against the demon, and I'm going to be using the sharp arrows against the contestants, but I have the math, but I'm not going to call out. Her tattoos glow, and she casts the spells Mirror Image,
Okay.
Long Strider, and Find Familiar. And it will be an owl, but she will also dismiss it right away.
Okay.
She's gonna take a minute and inspect that tattoo that was given to her by Sir Bloodblood. Wow. General Bloodblood. Just to make sure that it is indeed a remove curse tattoo before applying it to herself.
I've not been made aware of any deception there.
Okay, so she will apply it to herself. She pulls out her scrolls of freedom of movement and death ward and casts those. She whispers the word again, freedom, as falcon wings erupt from her back. She's going to take time to attune to these wings, that is the wings of flying.
Okay.
She's going to cast Anti-Life Shell on herself, and that is concentration. She's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And let me know when you're ready.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It is going to look like Tridex is Vicious Mole.
Okay, it'll be this purple one here.
Sweet. And she is going to begin casting Magic Circle to be let loose, I guess, on her turn. If that's okay.
Like in the encounter.
Yeah, when we get in, yes, on her turn in the room.
I don't think we've ever allowed that, right? Because then you could have it active before you go in.
Right. It's taking 10 minutes to cast.
Right. Okay.
I mean, if we need it to appear right on me, that's an option. Or if I can just say, yeah, it lands there.
Oh, because it's a point that you have to pick.
Correct.
Yeah, you're not in the room yet. Like the encounter room, you mean? Because
Yes.
it stays stationary?
Yes. So she would like to take 10 minutes so that by the time they walk into the room,
You have
that's
to
when it
cast
goes
it.
off.
You have to cast it and center it on the ground that you can see.
So just hold on. I want to make sure that I understand right. If you're talking about the area of in the Fate's Hand Tavern, we could allow that.
Yeah. No, it would just be that she's starting to cast it so that it goes off in the room. When she sees the spot, it could just go boom.
Okay, then in that case, you'll be in mid cast as everyone's gathering before going in through the portal, so you won't be able to speak or anything. You'll be casting a spell.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
I will try and remember that.
Yeah, no, well, me too.
All right. If that's the case, if we can wait, then I have just a little bit more if I have to be speaking to do that, if that's okay.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I just dropped that on you, so yeah.
Okay. So that will be the last thing that she does. She's going to start casting it.
And that's concentration, though?
Nope.
It's not. Okay.
It is not. So in every sense of the word now, she is a bird of prey. She is a dark Valkyrie. She is Lady Death. And she's going to look at Theramgul again, and she's going to say, I'm sorry if it felt like I was prying. That was not my intention. I needed to learn more about you. I need to learn more about the one I give my loyalties to. As I was not given this choice to have you as my god. But in good faith, I would like to offer a contract to you to help remove one of those other thorns from your side in the form of Sir Dalan.
I'm listening.
Should I have a hand at ending his life, I would like possession of 4 souls.
Four souls.
4.
We will have to talk more about this should you survive. I'm willing to, but I need to make sure I have sufficient energy here.
How about 2? One of which is my own. Should I die, I wish to be released. And another that is not in that orb of yours.
Which one?
She's going to look around for dregs. I would like Dregs' daughter's soul to be released should I have a hand at killing Sir Dalan. As you will have either me or the general as the new person by your side, you would not have to worry about Dregs' commitment to you.
I can certainly discuss this with Arklum. I'm willing to negotiate, but I believe it's the soul of his son. I'm not aware of a daughter.
My apologies.
Nitty gritty. Out of character. I'm reading the chat. Hold on, guys. So, yeah, I don't think we allowed any spells to be cast during the prepare that would then activate on seeing, because I think someone else actually was trying to cast something like a
It was a
illusory
spot
terrain.
growth. It was a spot growth or something. We didn't
So
want
no,
them
we won't be able to do that with Magic Circle.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. It's either active before you go in during your prepare, as per whatever spells it is, or you have to wait until your action economy on your turn. Anything else you wish to prepare, Shay?
No, but I sure do hope that you take my offer into consideration, at least for my own soul, if not for that objective's son.
Of course, I'm sure he's very
I know, I can
touched.
believe you. Why would you lie to me? Sorry, Thermgul.
This has been quite the revelation. I'm very happy. Shay, this is a very interesting turn of events, and to be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing the look of surprise on that smug face of Sir Daelon when he realizes just how stacked the odds are against him.
Very interesting indeed.
Glorious. Then this concludes your intermission action and all intermission actions.
Hey, Dave.
Yep.
Do you want to tell Shay now, before we get back in the tavern, that she can see through
Oh yeah,
what one
do
of the
I
other
see?
contestants done? Yeah.
What do I
and then
see?
that way
That's-
she can go back right into it and just like,
That's
yeah, I
right.
can see.
Thermgul, what do you look like? What does the tavern look like? That was like the whole point of doing this stuff too.
So,
Thanks, Todd.
I need, again, a perception or an insight on this, because I know what True Seeing says, but you are dealing with an avatar here, so it's a bit beyond the normal scope of the spells.
And there's one player that specifically threw some spells that she can just see totally through.
Yeah, so let's get this roll first.
21.
So Thermgul and the Fate's Hand Tavern don't look any different to you. He seems to be exactly who he is. As does this place. Which is not really saying much because you've seen it shift around quite significantly previously. Todd, if you want to remind her of all of the stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah, Sir Daelon to some people looks like a celestial, and you can see right through it.
Yeah, like
I think that-
he's made himself bigger and resembling more of like a pure celestial, like with, like no body hair, bare chested, super tall. But you still see his real form. Like you see his face and his equipment. But he is still very obviously
Just
larger,
a man.
big.
Just
like-
a man.
Just an Azamir. He really is larger, but you can see through the celestial. I don't think there's anything else.
There's some
There's
mirror
a few
images.
mirror images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so-
would help in game.
Mazan has a mirror image.
And
Anybody
Sir
that goes
Daelon.
invisible, I'll be able to see them as well.
And I thought Sir Daelon had mirror image, so
yeah.
I've got just those two. I don't think there's anything else that's there's not any invisibility at this point. I
Okay,
think that's it.
that's everything then?
Oh, I'm sorry. The staff, was I able to find out what that is or no?
Sorry, which staff?
I had also lured the staff from the professor's body, and I offered it to Abram Gaul along with his notes of immortality.
It was the professor's staff.
Correct.
Yeah, it was his arcane focus.
Cool. All right,
Yeah.
that's all his if he likes it.
Yeah, I mean, to be precise, it was like an orb on the top affixed to the staff.
Cool.
All right,
Ooh,
good luck.
thanks.
You
Glad you're
shocked
able
me.
to get some more
I was
some lore stuff.
I did not see that coming. All right. As you all return from your intermission actions, you can clearly see that some preparations have been made. Indeed, some of you look drastically different.